Hello everyone, hello and welcome to our this workshop on language and communication. I hope all of you can hear me. Yes, if you can hear me, please say yes so that I can understand that you can hear me. Can you see and hear me, everyone? Say yes if you can hear me. Yes, I'm looking at the comments, and on the comment please type yes if you can see me. Dinesh says hello, and others, can you see or hear me? Oh, yes. Okay. Okay, I can see the comments. Thank you. So I welcome you all on this workshop on language and communication. So all of you understand the importance of language, especially this language of English, and how impactful it is in our regular life. And it has become a part of our life, especially when it comes to work culture. And so we have come with this workshop on language and communication. Now, who is this workshop for? This workshop is for everyone who wants to improve their language and communication and wants to have a bit of skill in this particular language. And yes, and the resource person that we have today is a very talented and an interesting personality. And before I introduce her to you or tell you her name, let me tell a few of her experiences to you. She has been teaching as a language and communication teacher or trainer in Ramakrishna Mission Vivekananda Cultural Center. And she has also served as the coordinator of language and communication in the language and communication department of Ramakrishna Mission Vivekananda Cultural Center. And she has also a lot of experience in this particular field. She has been an announcer, or she has been working as an announcer in All India Radio for quite some time. So if you find her voice to be familiar, don't be surprised. Okay, and she has an experience of hosting a number of events on stage and also been called by from various places for the same. And she has studying from or coming from vernacular medium. She has experience in a number of languages. She's fluent in English, Assamese, Hindi, Bengali, and she has a good grasp over Sanskrit and Khasi languages as well. She has been conducting various group discussions and personality development sessions over for a number of students of various age groups. And she has also been contributing her service in various books, in the design of various books for various courses in Ramakrishna Mission Vivekananda Cultural Center, and she has also contributed in the design of our first trilingual magazine or e-zine, Cutting Shy the Light. And let me introduce her to you. Her name is Miss or Madam Ananya Roy. And there she is. I hope you can see her. There she is. And hello, madam. Okay.
Hello. Thank you so much, Minju, for that wonderful introduction. I'm not sure if I deserve all of that.
Oh, you do, miss. You do, ma'am. You do a lot. And apart from that, she has experience in a number of fields. However, I am restricting myself to talk in this particular workshop because this is based on this language and communication. So I will now hand over this session completely to her, and from now onwards, she will be taking on this session. So I welcome every one of you in this session. So enjoy. She is going to tell you a lot, and what she is going to brief you of that before she starts. So let us hear from her. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Mintu, for that wonderful, wonderful introduction. And just to tell you, he is a part of our team, and he has a lot of contribution to this department as well. Anyways, so we are here for this workshop, and what's the name of the workshop? I mean, I'm sure your fingers are tapping on the keypad, and you will type whatever you wish to type. So, first of all, see. No magic is going to happen after this workshop. If you're expecting that, the once this workshop is over and हम लोग फर्राटेदार अंग्रेजी बोलने लगेंगे on stage, I don't think that's that simple. But yes, I would like to say something. That is, I would like to remember Josephine MacLeod. Josephine MacLeod was an admirer of Swami Vivekananda. Swami Vivekananda is inevitable to be mentioned when we are here in Ramakrishna Mission Vivekananda Cultural Center. Now, she would say that I have met many a persons. I'm not able to tell you verbatim, but she said that I have met many a persons. I have dined with kings and czars, but here is a person. When I'm with him, I feel I am great. Now, it's not about what is you are, what is the thing that you're going to get from this workshop. It's about a feeling that you should inculcate in yourself that yes, whatever I want, I can get that. But there is a systematic method in doing it. And that's what we're going to learn over here. Well, बातें करेंगे, कुछ सीखेंगे भी, और आखिर में मतलब just at the end of the workshop we would take away something. हम लोग अंग्रेजी में बोलते हैं take away, मतलब कुछ एक लेके जाएंगे. कहाँ जाएंगे? आप तो घरों में बैठे हुए हैं. I mean, you're at home, not a problem. But there are certain tips that you're going to get. Okay, let me share the PowerPoint screen that I have just kept it ready so that I don't miss a point which I wish to tell you. So here we go. So I share my screen and just a moment. Speaking better English. Speaking better English. Now, I would like to know a very simple thing from you. All of you know English. Angrezi sabhi ko aati hai. Don't tell me I don't know English. You know. But why you need to learn it? Why again? So please give some of your comments. Tell me, and I would request Mr. Mintu to flash them on screen so that I'm able to see that. Yeah. So anything. Why do we learn English? मैं थोड़ा सा रुकूंगी, थोड़ा सा बकबक करूंगी. I'm going to blabber for a while and then I will wait for your comments and to know why should we learn English. There are so many languages. Yes, Cakes and Conversations with Chandrani says, will you save the life or future? Oh, I thought she's going to tell me why one should learn English. Well, if you ask me, I would say that learning English is quite important. In fact, learning any language is very, very good and it enhances your communication skill. अलग-अलग languages सीखना अच्छी बात है और अंग्रेजी सीखना तो और भी अच्छी बात है. How will it improve your communication skill? We are going to discuss that. So let me find out if somebody says, yes, Snigdha Dev says, I want to learn English because in English, we can convey our message easily here. Well, great. That's an interesting thing. Okay, let me show this. Let me flash what Snigdha Dev Guha says. This also tells me, reminds me of something we're going to discuss today, if time permits, or some other time, as how do we pronounce names that are Indian. Perhaps he would love to be called Snigdhodev, but then we prefer to say Snigdhadev or something, anglicize it. हम सब कुछ अंग्रेजी में चेंज कर देते हैं और उसके बाद ही उसको बोलते हैं. क्या यह सही है या सही नहीं है, इसके बारे में हम कभी फिर बात करेंगे. हो सके तो आज ही कर लेंगे. Well, I have a few reasons that I can tell you why should we learn English. एक तो ये है, it's trendy and you are counted among elites. यानी कि ऐसी है यार, शान की बात है, अंग्रेजी में बोलते हैं तो शान बढ़ जाती है. तो बढ़ती है या नहीं ये आप जानो. You will know your situation, whether you will be counted among elites or not when you learn English. But that's for sure that it is going to enhance your career. That is, we say career upskill. Then again, it's the most common lingua franca. अब ये lingua franca क्या चीज है? Something, a language in which you communicate among people who don't share the same mother tongue or same native language. So this is what it is. And you have your own reasons, all right? So that's one thing. Now comes the most important thing. How to learn English. Now this you will have to tell me. All of you have seen hundreds and hundred YouTube videos, and this also is going over YouTube. So you know how to learn English, how to make your English better. I'm going to take a few tips from you before I give mine. So let me see if there are any comments. Mr. Mintu, if you have some comments, some suggestions, please. Yes. Arshdeep, I want to learn English and also become fluent with the same, since it's an international language which is spoken in most of the places in this world. Correct. Arshdeep, wonderful. Thank you so much. But how to learn? How to learn English is another important thing that I would like to know from you. Okay, nothing is coming up. Okay, all right. How to learn English? Well, ये हम आखिर में बताएंगे. How to learn English. But as I told you that you are going to get something. कुछ तो सीख कर जाएंगे. Definitely. So anything that you're going to learn from here is going to help you. But it's going to help you. जादू की छड़ी नहीं है. इंदिरा गांधी जी की बात अगर हम याद करें अभी, this is no magic wand that you just touch it and you learn English. Well, you will have to, yes, Tirupati, vocabulary. Vocabulary is quite important. Reading English books can improve our communication skills in English. In fact, reading books will improve your communication skill in any language. Devjit Adhikari says, reading English books can improve our communication skills in English. Wonderful. That's a very, very important tip. And I had treasured it for the end to tell you that you must read English books. Definitely, you must read English books. पढ़ते तो आप लोग है ही, अंग्रेजी में बुक नहीं पढ़ते, न्यूज़पेपर उठा करके नहीं पढ़ते हैं, पढ़ते हैं, पर इम्प्रूव हो रही है क्या? आपको कोशिश करनी चाहिए और कोशिश सही दिशा में करनी चाहिए, वो ज्यादा जरूरी है. मेरा काम आज क्या रहेगा इधर, मैं बस आपको मोटिवेट करती जाऊंगी कि आप कोशिश करिए, कोशिश करने की कभी हार नहीं होती, वगैरह वगैरह. I'm going to tell you, please keep trying and try 1,000 times and then only you will be successful. Not that. at the end of 2 hours, we are going to learn something definitely, because you will be spending your 2 hours with me. So you must get something. And also, you must get some tips that that is going to help you when you are learning on your own. Now, if you have to learn on your own, there are certain extra things that you need to do. Bolenge. Let's go to the next slide and let me check. Venika Sai says, if we keep listening to words or sentences, also may improve our skills. Correct. You have to keep listening to words or sentences. In fact, you have to listen to good English. Yeah. So, okay. आज की मेनू में क्या है? What are we going to learn today? So हम लोग सुनने के बारे में जानेंगे. सुनो ना, सुन लो ना. Listening skills, common mistakes, common expressions, and some tips to improve. बात इतनी सीधी भी नहीं है और इतनी मुश्किल भी नहीं है. This is not going to be very simple, neither it is that difficult. But we have to be very, very serious at the same time. Enjoy it. Enjoy today's workshop. Enjoy your next 3 to 4 months where you just be very strict with yourself and you improve your English. So let's try. First, listening. Okay, before we go ahead, see these words and then write down some sentences that you can make with this. So, taking class, one of less, little, cousin. ये सारे शब्दों से एक एक सेंटेंस बनाइए, वाक्य बनाइए और भेज दीजिए हमें. सबसे सही वाला सेंटेंस या कोई भी सेंटेंस, हर एक सेंटेंस हम यहां फ्लैश करेंगे और उस पर बात करेंगे. एक भी मिला तो भी सही, ढेर सारे मिले तो सारे के सारे. समय हमारे पास है तो कोई बात नहीं. We will flash these sentences as you make them. Taking class, one of less, little, cousin. I will request Mr. Mintu to flash them one by one. If someone has made sentences with taking class, please flash them first and then later with one of, then with less, then with little, then with cousin. Let's see. I can do that as well. So, have you noted? You can take the screenshot. You may note it down. I thought you are sitting with a pen and a notebook. Okay. So, I think it's done. You have noted this down. So, let us proceed and go ahead. What I do right now is I write these words over here, and then maybe you can remember them. I said, just a moment, taking class. Yeah, I said one of, and ये one of बीच में आनी चाहिए sentence के, should come in the middle. Less, little, and cousin. Okay. Sentences in the comment box. All right. Listening. Keep listening. Okay. So, listening is very, very important. Why is it important? Because if you listen, then your vocabulary increases. There are 4 skills that one has to acquire if one has to improve a particular language. That is listening, reading, writing, and speaking. Now, listening and reading, receptive skills में आता है. These are receptive skills, means you are trying to receive. So you are receiving when you are listening and when you are reading. And then the other two are delivery skills, that is writing and reading. I'm sorry, writing and speaking. तो कुछ लेंगे तभी तो कुछ देंगे. So like that. ओके, अब आगे बढ़ते हैं. टेकिंग क्लास से कुछ आया है क्या मिंटू सर? Now I'm listening and showing a movie. Are teachers taking classes online for COVID-19? I found this interesting. So yes, Devjit Adhikari. Our teachers are taking classes online for COVID-19. That's all right, not a problem. When you are very fast, we call them typo. While typing, you actually know the spelling, but then while typing, you make a bit of mistake. We call it typo. So, taking classes. You know what? We Indians often make this mistake. Taking classes or giving classes. Now, when I am going to a class and I have my students and then I am teaching them, then I am giving classes, not taking classes. Now, if I want to learn something, I want to improve my English and I take up a course, then I go to the class. So I will say, I am taking a class of spoken English and that's why I'll be late for my class or something like that. So taking classes and giving classes are common mistakes that we make. Okay, ab se dhyan rakhna hai. Please take care. And otherwise, we are going to miss this point. And be careful. Are you taking classes on English? Imagine you tell your maths teacher, are you taking classes on maths? Come on. Your maths teacher is already postgraduate in mathematics. And then you tell him he's taking classes again. Perhaps this is not very interesting. So take care. Yeah, then the next word. That's done. I mean, I'll go for the next one. One off से कुछ है क्या? We'll have to see. Yeah, one off. Taj Mahal is one of the precious creature. Taj Mahal is a creature. Creature, I'm not sure. Creature in India, any other? From one of. Creation. I take it as a creation. Taj Mahal is one of the precious creations in India. Now, precious creations. अक्सर हम वो S डालना भूल जाते हैं. One of the pen. I have many pen over here and I'm picking up one of them. So, one of them. Now, remember, I had about 10 students and one of them told me, I will not say one of he. So, one of के बाद plural जाता है. यानी कि after one of, we would say one of the several items. So, that is why we, yes, this is wonderful. One of my friends has been to mesmerizing hill stations this winter. Correct, Arshidi? Yes. Was it Shillong? Mesmerizing hill station reminds me of Shillong. Definitely. We live in Shillong and it is indeed a mesmerizing hill station. And yes, this is spring is coming and things are getting more and more beautiful. Well, this dish is one of the best dishes of this hotel. artist Shruti, dishes. So make sure that you add that S over there. One of my friends, correct, Tirupati. Tirupati Ja, one of my friends. One of my friends is very much correct. Do we have any more? Kolkata is one of the most beautiful cities in India. Wonderful. Devjit Adhikari. Beautiful cities. But you see, right now, many of us made that thing. We have to be careful and not make that mistake. Okay. Let me proceed to the next word and then let's see. Less or little. Do we have any words from there? Let me check. I think Mr. Mintu can help me with that. Less or little. Do we have any? I am very happy. Please give me little bit of money. Little bit of money. Okay. Little bit and less. Okay. This coffee has less sugar. So it should have been little more, but it's less. That's how we use it. But when in the beginning itself you want something in smaller quantity or a bit of it, then you say little. That is correct. Little did we know that he would manage to secure passing marks in his final examinations. Yes, this is very much correct. And then little did we know is a very useful phrase, and we add this to enhance our English when we want to speak good English and we want to impress someone. Or in literary works, we do use this kind of things. Little did we know. Little did I know. We found that page less than one. That page less than one. I'm not sure what is meant by that. Less. But in this context, even though the sentence seems to be a little ambiguous, but it seems that this in this case, less usage would be proper. It would be correct. One is less than two. That's fine. You will never say one is little than two. You will say one is less than two. Correct. Okay. Momita's makeup studio and parlor, like that. So, Momita, I have to be very careful when she uses her English, because she really deals with makeup and little and less and more and heavy and things like that. She's feeling a little bit shy, a bit shy. In this case, little doesn't go, a bit shy. It's a little chilly out here. Yes. Sakyat CM. It's a little chilly out here. It is. Yes, correct. We found this book less than one. I'm still not sure what is meant by that. Okay, so we got this little and less. When we are talking about the quantity, from the very beginning, you want it to be little, then it's little. Otherwise, when you thought that something could be more, but in this case, it is less, then it's less. थोड़ा ज्यादा होना चाहिए था पर थोड़ा कम है, तब less. और बस थोड़ा सा जब हम बोलते हैं, then it is a little. So, okay. Great. We have lots and lots more things to say. Tell me if you want something on communication or on pronunciation in this workshop. If you really want, if I get at least 10 why, then I'll be happy. I want pronunciation Y. Please type PY if you want pronunciation. If you want communication skills, then you write CY. Let's see how many comes. Okay. Meanwhile, let me go ahead with other points that I have in mind to discuss with you. Cousin se kuch aaya. Do we have anything on cousin? Strength of the class. Yes, Kasturi said PY. Shayad Talks says Y, but I don't know this Y for what? CY. Kasturi, yes, CY. Communication skills. Okay, lots and lots of communication skills. Good. Mintu sir, meanwhile, cousin se kuch sentences aaye kya? Do we have any sentences with cousin? I think we got carried away. We got carried away, so cousin se kuch nahi aaya. Tomorrow I'll go to my cousin's house. Good, fine, okay. Anything? Abhinava Bera. Abhinava? Obhinovo. Obhinovo would be the correct pronunciation, I guess. Obhinovo would be happy. Okay. I am taking class of one of my little cousin for less than an hour. Kate's conversations with Chandrani. She's used so many words. But then, abhi humne kaha ki taking class nahi ho sakta. Giving classes. So, ठीक है. He cousin is an innocent. He cousin, his cousin. ये थोड़ा कुछ हो गया है. समझ में नहीं आया मुझे. He cousin. समस्या जो आती है हमारी, the problem that we have with cousin is हम अक्सर बोल देते हैं चचेरी बहन है तो बता देते हैं मेरी she is my cousin sister. अब ये cousin sister वाली बात बिल्कुल इंडियन है. ये अंग्रेजी में नहीं चलती है दोस्तों. कजिन है तो कजिन है, वो ना तो या तो बहन होगी या तो भाई. See, we follow Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. So everyone is our relative, and I'm proud to be an Indian and for that culture. But since we're talking about English, we would rather go by the British standard. So British English or in any other form, cousin is just son or daughter of uncle or aunt. So whether that is a sister, that is male or a female, shouldn't be added to this word cousin. So चाचा की बेटी या मौसी का बेटा हमारे लिए भाई बहन है, सही बात है. But in English, they are just cousins. That's why ये cousin sister और cousin brother वाली बात थोड़ा सा हम लोग अवॉइड कर सकते हैं अगर हमें अच्छी अंग्रेजी बोलनी है तो. अगली बार ध्यान रखिएगा. Okay. So cross cousin marriage is more prevalent in comparison to parallel cousin marriage in India. अर्शदीप ने बहुत अच्छी बात बता दी. ये एकदम टेक्निकल है, सोशियोलॉजी और लॉ से रिलेटेड है. I have a lot of cousins. Yes, ये चल सकता है. देवजीत. Okay. और कुछ था हमारे पास स्टॉक में. मीनवाइल आप लोग CY और PY लिखते रहिए. प्रोनाउंसिएशन मेरे स्लाइड में आ गया है ना. आप बोलेंगे मैम you're already ready with pronunciation. Why you're asking this question? I'm asking because on your answer depends how much time I'm going to spend on this slide or on this topic. So बहुत ज्यादा PY आए हो तो ही मैं इसमें बहुत ज्यादा कुछ ज्यादा बात करूंगी, वरना PY थोड़ा सा छोटा रह जाएगा. देखते हैं PY कुछ तो आए हैं. There are PY and ये PY. PY कम है दोस्तों. Lutmon. Okay. So Lutmon, in your team, you don't have too many in your team. So anyway, pronunciation par baat hogi. We will talk about pronunciation, but then I will not spend much time over here. Okay. Pronunciation पर आगे बढ़ने से पहले I would like to talk about something else. Relax. आप लगातार फोन लेकर के और कंप्यूटर पे टाइप किए जा रहे. थोड़ा सोचिए. Just think. ये PY और CY मुझे मिल चुका है. Stop on that. Just keep your finger on Y or N. मैं कुछ पूछने वाली हूँ. I'm going to ask you something. Please try to understand. If you are someone who thinks that I want to speak in English, but I don't have the environment. अंग्रेजी में बोलना तो चाहते हैं, पर बोले किससे? मम्मी पापा से? उनसे तो मदर टंग में ही बात होगी. फ्रेंड्स, अरे यार कल तक तो हिंदी में बोल रहा था, आज क्या हो गया तुझे? कहीं मेरी खिल्ली ना उड़ाए. रिलेटिव्स, मैंने कहीं गलत बोल दिया तो? अगर ऐसा प्रॉब्लम आपका है तो आप, ये चैलेंज अगर आपके पास है तो आप सोचेंगे कि ये समस्या आपकी है, तो आप वाई लिखिए. ये समस्या मेरे कई सारे स्टूडेंट्स की होती है. I have a lot of students who face this problem. They really want to speak in English, but then they don't know whom to speak to. There is some barrier. There is some obstruction which stops them from speaking in English. So if this is your problem, then you will type why. Okay. And there is another category of problem. Those who think that this is their problem, they will type P. Okay, so yes, why आ रहे हैं मेरे पास? Why आ रहे हैं? इंग्रेजीते কথা বলবো কিন্তু কার সাথে? But no, right? If this is your case, then type why. Okay.
Click on new comments. New comments.
So, okay, we will talk about this. I have got lots and lots of why over here, and then I understand that this is something that troubles everybody. So, okay, we will talk about that. So here, coming back to pronunciation, many of you, I mean, some of you wanted some lessons on pronunciation as well. बाकियों को लगता है यार समझ में आ गया ना, प्रोनाउंसिएशन से क्या होता है? प्रोनाउंसिएशन बोलो या प्रोनाउंसिएशन, सी सेल्स बोलो या शी शेल्स, क्या फर्क पड़ता है? समझ में आया ना? Oh no, pronunciation is also equally important. So SHEEP, SHIP, आपको पता है ये दोनों शब्द अलग हैं, but unless you write, how will you know that they are different? So pronunciation, there is this long sound and then the short sound. Please be seated on your sit, or please be seated on your seat. लंबा दीर्घ और मतलब छोटा ह्रस्व. सो ये दोनों में जो अंतर होता है, it's very very important in English, especially if you want to improve the way you are speaking. That's one thing. Secondly, sometimes the meaning completely changes when your pronunciation is not well. So I'm going to pick up only a few things from, let's say, from our country. Eastern side, northern side, and southern side. छोटी-छोटी 2-3 बातें बताऊंगी. You can take care of them and then things are sorted. I'm starting from south. In south, we say the words that are with T or D very strongly, like third, the th sound and the d sound are very very strong, and it needn't be. It needs to be very very soft. 2 times daily is the way we try to speak, but it should be 2 times daily. There is a little bit of aspiration, if you're able to hear. And that aspiration makes things beautiful. Okay. Coming to the eastern side. In eastern side, again, we have communities where we are confused with s and sh sound. S, sh sound. So it's not that we don't know. We can say s and sh both. But while speaking, we make this kind of mistakes. Many a time we would say social studies को हम लोग आराम से social studies बता देते हैं. This is one. Again, in Eastern side, we stress so much on the vowel sounds that we try to pronounce things very, very clearly, as if to bang on the ear of the other person. So, अगर मुझे कुछ पढ़ना होगा, I might just Eastern side के हिसाब से, तो I might just say, I have neither death nor fear of death nor caste. ये चीज हम ऐसे पढ़ेंगे तो इसकी ब्यूटी कैसे आएगी? So we'll have to say, I have neither death nor fear of death nor caste. So the English is a very rhythmic language. It has its flow, it has its beauty. उसको ऑनर करना है, उसका सम्मान करना है, और तभी आपकी अंग्रेजी अच्छी होगी. नॉर्दर्न साइड की बात करें तो हम लोग कभी बीच के जो वावल साउंड होते हैं उसको पूरा उठा देते हैं. वी डोंट केयर अबाउट द वावल साउंड्स इन बिटवीन. कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स को आराम से कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स बोला जा सकता है. वहां पे जो CH के बाद एक A है, उसका भी एक साउंड है, उसको हम गायब ही कर देते हैं. तो कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स नहीं होती है, कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स होती है. तो इस तरह से हम लोग. और नॉर्थ ईस्ट में of course the pronunciation mistakes are slightly different, mostly with T D sound. I mean T and D related words, so T sound and D sound are to be taken care. So order and other often sound very similar. So please order for another cup of tea. So order for another cup of tea might be a very common phrase that you hear in Northeast India. So not a problem if you're not actually, if you really don't want to improve that, and if you are talking about among communities that are also making similar kind of mistakes, then not a problem. But the question is, why will you speak in English? If you're a Khasi, why will you speak in English to a Khasi person? You won't. And if you're speaking to a Tamil or somebody from Hyderabad, then you need to speak in English. And your pronunciation mistakes will not be understood by them. And vice versa. So इसीलिए pronunciation भी काफी जरूरी है spoken English में. अगर आपको लिखते रहना है और बुक्स छपवाने हैं और कभी किसी से अंग्रेजी में बात करने ही नहीं है, तो रहिए, प्रोनाउंसिएशन को गोली मारिए. ओके, तो एनीवेज हम आगे बढ़ेंगे थोड़ा सा. Communication skills. I'm not going by the slides. I'm just telling you. Communication skills. एक ऐसी चीज है, आपको हजारों वीडियोस मिल जाएंगे इसमें. ये करिए, वो करिए, हाथ को ऐसे हिलाइए, बातें ऐसे कीजिए, वैसे कीजिए. All of them are correct. All of them are right. I don't demean anybody. But you have to do it. You have to do it yourself. So, you have to talk to people. दोनों challenges को एक साथ लाते हैं. आप लोगों को ये चैलेंज थी कि how will you speak with people who are speaking a language which you know. अब तक तो हिंदी में बात हो रही थी, अचानक अंग्रेजी में उनसे कैसे बोले? अनजान लोग हैं, आफ्टर जस्ट few exchange of words उसको पता चल जाता है मैं पंजाबी हूं, तुरंत पंजाबी में बोलने लगता है. फिर मैं अंग्रेजी में बातें कैसे करूं? So if this is the thing, then you'll have to do several things. You have to, first of all, create an environment where you are able to speak in English. Now, how will you create an environment? If you are already into a place where everybody speaks in English, you are damn lucky, I tell you. You are very lucky. You have landed to a place where you can really improve your English. But here is a glitch. And the glitch is, in case you want to come out of that situation and you really don't want to be intimidated, मतलब उनसे डर नहीं जाना है आपको, तो आप वो जगह छोड़ के आ जाइए, और आप ना आपकी अंग्रेजी सुधरेगी और ना आपको अंग्रेजी सुधारने की जरूरत है. But if you are in a place where lots and lots of people are speaking in English and you are thinking your English is not good, I have a point. And please remember, I have 3 points. I'm going to write them down and then I will show you. First, speak correct. Number 2, speak less. Number 3, ये सबसे ज्यादा जरूरी है. Listen more. Listen more. क्योंकि सही सुनेंगे तभी तो सही बोलेंगे. So listen more. Speak correct, speak less. It's not possible that you don't speak at all, but speak correct and speak less. इसका एक कॉम्बिनेशन बना के रहिए. Why will you speak less? कम्युनिकेशन स्किल में बोला जाता है कि आप बोलते रहिए, डरिए मत, बस गलत बोलिए लेकिन बोलिए. गलत बोलेंगे तो गलत ही बोलते रहेंगे दोस्तों. If you speak incorrect, you will continue speaking wrong and you will get the practice of speaking the wrong thing continuously. So please, friends, speak correct. Speak little, small sentences and keep speaking, of course. Practice makes a man perfect, and practice also makes a woman perfect. So, okay, let's see if you have any questions. So before proceeding ahead, let's have some questions. If you don't have, I'm sure my colleague, Mr. Mintu, will have many questions. He keeps on asking me, and we keep on asking each other. Yes.
Yes, there were a few questions, but not regarding this communication. Yes, one comment is there that you can see. Well, creating an environment where everyone converses in English, especially in India, is not possible because English is not our native language. So, what is the solution you suggest, ma'am?
Wonderful. है मेरे पास इसका भी solution है. Okay. Mr. Mintu, अभी बता दे. Shall I say now? Okay. बता ही देते हैं. Well, it's very difficult to get an environment where you actually can speak. Everybody speaks in English. So why do we want to speak in English? We must be having some environment. Okay. Now what we can do is, there will be not a single day, or if I say not a single 5 hours chunk, जब आपने एक शब्द भी अंग्रेजी में ना बोली हो. We keep using English words continuously. चाय की प्याली कौन बोलता है यार? कप प्लेट ही तो बोलते हैं. Okay. आपको रोज मिली होगी कुछ दिनों पहले. आपने क्या कहा था? धन्यवाद कहा था ना, थैंक यू बोला था. Obviously, thank you. So what we can do is, those words that we always say in English, we can say it in a slightly different way. Thank you. I have a list of words that you can say instead of saying thank you. The moment you try saying something different from thank you, I'm touched. Rose mili hai na? So say I'm touched. Now, today I was getting late while coming. Somebody gave me a lift. I can say, you are a lifesaver. Okay, instead of just plain thank you बोल के चले जाने से, it's better that you say you're a lifesaver. Sorry, 50 बार बोलते हैं यार, गलतियां होती है, सॉरी भी बोलते हैं. Whether we mean those sorry or not, that's another thing. फिर कभी बात होगी उस पर. But the thing is that when you say sorry, instead you can say, I apologize, or I don't mean it. I didn't mean it, rather. Then I didn't mean to hurt you, and things like that. So, and try to improve those small little areas where you speak in English, but you use the very common phrase, say it differently. Okay. Are you liking this workshop? Are you liking this workshop? I know सब लोग अभी good लिख के सारा भेज देंगे. Please don't write good. Write something different. I'm asking you a question. Are you liking this workshop? If you're liking this workshop, type good. No, don't type good. Type something else. थोड़ा सा एकदम Indian हो गया मेरा good. Good. You understand? So that's not the way we say in English. We must be saying in, D needn't be that strong. Good. Okay. Try saying something different from good. Are you liking the workshop? Sakyat CM says, any tips on how to gain confidence? Yes, in the shop, you get 50 rupees per kilo. You can get them. I'm sorry, Sakyat, just joking. Definitely, you'll get tips on how to gain confidence. So, gaining confidence is just focus on your work. Only one single tip. I haven't borrowed it from anywhere, I tell you. I have learned it myself. I wasn't confident at all. You have to focus on your work. You are a singer, focus on your singing. Not how they must be thinking, how am I looking. Those things you do before. Okay, you try to think whether your tunes are proper or not and everything. How do you look? How many people will be coming and who will see and who is what? All those things you think before. But on the day of performance, just focus on the topic. And that's the best way to gain confidence. Sakyat, try this. That day, tell yourself for the next 1 hour when you're speaking, for the next 15 minutes when you're singing, you don't have any other job but to sing. You don't have any other work but just to speak. So that's the way to gain confidence. Keep doing this repeatedly and you will get not only confidence, but you'll also get concentration. You will learn how to focus. Just try it. Tell me after 1 week if this didn't work. It has to work. It works for everybody. Yeah. Any more questions? Be with us. I have more tips. Some surprises are coming from Mr. Mintu as well. So yes.
Not questions. Question was there.
And I wanted compliments as well. Instead of just getting good. I had a question, definitely. Can you explain the difference between American and British English? I can, as you wrote, but should I? We have limited time. But yes, Devjit, I'm putting it in my to-do list. So, American and British. So, yes, we can. If you're talking about pronunciation, then basic difference is in American English. They roll the R. Okay, so they will say word, world, appreciate, workshop, and what else? This is how they would say. But in British, it would be workshop, word, world, and the R is silent. That's one thing. That's one thing to identify American from British. But there are others. There are other signs as well. Now, the question is whether you want to learn American English or you want to learn British English. If you ask me, hush, hush, learn British. Why? Because we Indians have got that language from them. So, yes, any more questions? Somebody wrote, interesting, interactive session, extremely well, awesome. See, just next time, instead of saying good to people, try saying awesome. Try saying extremely well. Try saying I appreciate. Try saying something like that. Okay. Okay. So you see, this is a tip that I wanted to give you by asking you that question. Instead of saying good, say something else. And that you can add in your own language. I'm going back to the issue which was raised that in India, we don't have an environment where we have people where all of them are speaking in English. So what to do? Number one tip was that say things differently. The words that we use in everyday, thank you, good, sorry, welcome, etc., say them in a different way. Next thing is that we'll have to do something that we are able to say the entire sentence in English, even if you are speaking in Punjabi. Punjabi में बोल रहे हैं ना, बीच में बोलिए awesome. नहीं, this is awesome. Say the complete sentence. And your friends and your relatives and your colleagues gets used to it that ये बंदा ऐसे बोलता है. पहले बोलता था good, अब बोलता है awesome, अब बोलता है this is awesome. Once they get used to your English, you feel confident. I'm answering that same question again. Once you feel confident, you keep increasing the number of sentences that you're saying in English again and again. Okay? And one day, आपको बहुत गुस्सा आ रहा हो, गुस्से में हम ज्यादा बोलते हैं. So, आपको बहुत गुस्सा आ रहा हो, you will say one entire paragraph in English and that too in wonderful English. सब लोग देखते रह जाएंगे. कितना समय लगेगा? मुझे पता नहीं. जादू की छड़ी नहीं है. आपकी कोशिश पर निर्भर है. Okay. So, all right. I think I have answered some of the questions. I think we will go ahead with what I had in my bag. So, going back to my presentation, let's see. So, common Indian pronunciation mistakes पे मैंने बात कर ली है. Why don't you speak in English? ये भी एक question है. But I will not ask you. I know why you don't speak in English. Number one, you have friends who already speak in Bangla. And because you have to speak to them in Bangla, otherwise they are going to say, beta shy hoye. So, this is one reason. Secondly, you feel you are going to make mistake. I told you, speak correct, speak less. If you speak less, automatically your mistakes will be less. Okay? And increase your speaking. Speak less, but increase it. Keep increasing. अब एक दिन आपका वो less ही एक paragraph हो जाएगा. Okay? What not to do? ये 3 चीजें आप याद रखना please. Avoid translating. अब आप कहोगे मैम आप ही तो बार बार ट्रांसलेट कर रही हैं. That's not the point. Point is, when you are trying to speak in English, you try to get that feel, you try to get that feel and try to think the matter in English. And then you will be able to speak a lot better than when you are trying to translate. Translating is an act which you have to do consciously when you really need to do that. There is this speech of Prime Minister which he delivered in Hindi, and you have to translate it in English. That's another story. But when you have to say, when you have to convey your feelings, or you have to express yourself, do not try to think it in one language and then try to translate it. वो बहुत मुश्किल हो जाता है. That gets really difficult. So, do not try. Sometimes it's actually impossible to translate things, especially the feelings, from one language to another. Do not mimic. ये एक बुरी आदत है हमारी. Somebody says something, उसने गलत बोला नहीं कि उसको लेकर मजाक करने लग जाते हैं. Please, every language has its respect. It is very, very important that we honor it. Be it English, be it any other language. So do not mimic. This is one thing that should come from within. Another reason why you shouldn't mimic is that if you mimic, you practice the wrong thing again and again, and that becomes your habit. Remember, in childhood, we were told by our mom that if somebody is saying something wrong, you should not mimic. Just that same old advice. Do not mimic. Avoid repeating mistakes. खुद के साथ बहुत strict हो जाना है. You'll have to be very, very strict with yourself. If you have made a mistake, correct that mistake. And after correcting the mistake, keep repeating the correct thing somewhere, kahin kone mein jaake, in front of the mirror, somewhere, and keep repeating the correct one because you have repeated the mistake again and again. अब हम लोग mistake repeat क्यों करते हैं? Firstly, we don't know. Secondly, it comes so naturally, the wrong one. Okay, मैंने बरसों तक recitation बोला है. तब जाके मुझे पता चला that it is not recitation, it is recitation. So I had to repeat, I had to correct it. Okay, so like that. Then I have few more that I haven't written there, but then it's like this, that if you get a new word, try to get its usage. Try to get its usage from anywhere, from net or from somebody who has actually spoken the word. And then after that, you try to make a sentence on your own. Write it down somewhere and then look at that. And then that word will come to your nerve. वो आपके दिलो दिमाग में बस जाएगा. So, and then you will be able to use it again and again. So, नया word है, उसको बार बार use करिए. You keep on using that same word again and again. And that may sound funny, but then if you do it for 1 week, you have got a new word, try using it again and again. And then if you do it for 1 week, automatically you will get the meaning, the usage, the feel of that word. And then afterwards, you may or may not do that. All right. So this is something like that. Good के बारे में हो गया. कुछ और लोगों ने अगर good बोला हो तो we can just say that. And अब आ रहा है some tips. Due to lack of confidence, because some people don't understand. Gaming Fountain says, हम लोग अंग्रेजी इसलिए हम नहीं बोलते हैं. We don't speak in English because some people don't understand. Some people don't understand. Well, we have to create a situation where people will understand. Okay. I have some words. Start speaking. These are the things these are the words that we continuously use in our day-to-day situation. We say thank you. We welcome people when they are coming. We greet them. We tell them all the best. We apologize. We say good. We say congratulations. We can say these words in slightly different way. एक आध मैं बता देती हूँ, कुछ और आप सोच लीजिएगा. You have immense information available over net. or anywhere else. So let's see this. Ye thank you. Just add for. Thank you. बोल के आप चले जा रहे हैं. कुछ लोग बोलते हैं thank you. नहीं, thank you. And add for. Thank you for your coffee. Thank you for the book. Just for add कर देने से कितना अलग हो जाता है. Thank you for or just one word. Coffee. For the lift, for the coffee, for the book. Immediately people will start thinking that his English is good. I tell you, it happens. Okay. And add another sentence. Sometimes add another sentence. For instance, thank you for your coffee. It was really good. Thank you for the lift. It was extremely useful. Thank you for the rose. I'm impressed. Thank you for the chocolate. I like it. ऐसा करके you just add one more sentence to it and then see the difference. And this you can do with anybody. जिनको आप थैंक यू बोलते हैं उसके साथ एक सेंटेंस एक्स्ट्रा ऐड कर देने में कोई कॉन्फिडेंस नहीं लूज होता. Nobody laughs at you. कोई आपकी खिल्ली नहीं उड़ाएगा. अच्छा, अब if you don't want to use these two words, thank you, then just say, I'm so grateful. It meant a lot. That day you visited us, it meant a lot. I was touched. Ye touched wali baat, this is related to feelings. So just use it as and when it's required. It was wonderful. I can't thank you enough. Or, oh, thodi der pehle jo bola tha, this was life-saving. Thank you is just not enough. So, this one. By now, what I want all of you is, I'm taking a pause. I have more words to tell you. I'm taking a pause over here just to say that you can do that. If you are feeling that you are in this workshop and then at the end of the workshop, you will learn a lot of things, well, you learned something. But what I want you to gain is that at the end of this workshop, you must have a feeling that it is possible for me to learn, it is possible for me to practice, and it is possible for me to improve my English. That's what I want you. वो चिल्ला चिल्ला के मैं आपको 1000 बार बता दूं, वो काफी नहीं है. That's not enough. It's important that you realize, and I am trying my little bit because all of you are spending your precious 2 hours with us. So this, at the end of this precious 2 hours, you should start to love yourself. And you should start to love yourself and tell yourself that learning another language and me, of course I can do it. Of course I can do it. How? Yes. वो तो पता चल ही जाएगा at the end of the workshop. है ना सब लोग? बिल्कुल. Okay. So, next word, welcome. अब किसी ने आपको थैंक यू बोला हो, आप बोलते हैं वेलकम. वही सुना है आपने, लोग भी बोलते हैं वेलकम, मैं भी बोल देती हूँ वेलकम. So, काफी नहीं है. It's not enough. You must say little different. Something little, which is little different. You are welcome. पूरा बोलिए. You are welcome. Or you're welcome. You're welcome. अगर आपको pronunciation में थोड़ा ध्यान दे के अलग सा करना है pronunciation को, so you're welcome. You're always welcome. Okay, ये always is always नहीं होता है, always होता है. You're always welcome. Anytime for you. It's my pleasure. Pleasure is all mine. Not at all. Now, it's my pleasure. Pleasure is all mine. this you have to say sometime at that point of time when somebody has done something for you. I mean, you have done something for someone and he is thanking you, and you sort of, you don't, you think that it was your duty, or it was all right if they don't thank you also. So it will, you say it's my pleasure. आप किसी की एक्सीडेंट हो गई हो और आपने उसको उठा करके एम्बुलेंस में बिठाया हो, वो थैंक यू बोल रहा है, you don't say it's my pleasure. Somebody's relative passed away, you helped them with the funeral, and then you went and said that, and that person says thank you, and you say that it's my pleasure. Please be careful with these two terms. It's my pleasure. Pleasure is all mine. These two will be used when you have done something which is equally pleasurable for you. You know, something for them, they got benefited, but it's equally pleasurable for you. And then you say, it's my pleasure. Mention not. Please. Mention not nahi chalta hai. Mention not is a very Indian way of avoiding thank you. Just say not at all. Just say not at all instead of mention not. Mention not. Kal se mention not nahi bola. Say thank you, and then if someone says thank you, you say not at all. छोटा सा ऐसे नॉड करके not at all बोल के फिर पंजाबी या बंगला में शुरू हो जाइए. So कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है. All these words can easily be inserted within another language which we can't continuously speak. And this is one step, this is just the beginning that you are going to step into the area where you're going to speak more and more English. Okay? Just more and more bola na maine? Yes, it is more and more. Otherwise, give me more. Our pronunciation will happen only if there is a vowel sound after that. More and more English. So, R will be sounded only when there is a vowel sound after that. Another tip just came to my mind. Okay, so all the best. You must have said this 1,000 times to so many people. They went for an exam. Hey, all the best. Okay. So try saying all the very best. Try saying good luck. थोड़ा पुराना लगता है, but good luck is also good. Best of luck. My prayers. Blessings. छोटे हो तो ही blessings. बड़ों को मत बोल दीजिएगा. अंकल जी, आपका शो है ना, blessings. No. Don't say that. Blessings will be only for the situation where your younger ones are going for something serious and then you want to wish them good. So tell them blessings. Wish you all success. May you come out with flying colors. May you come out with flying colors. So use it with prudence. ध्यान से यूज करिए और ध्यान रखिए कि वो सिचुएशन ऐसा हो जब आप ये सारे शब्द वहां पर यूज कर सकें. Sorry. I am sorry. I apologize for my mistake. Sorry यार. अब sorry यार छोड़ के I am sorry बोलिए ना. I am sorry. I apologize for my mistake. ये थोड़ा लंबा हो गया. If you are not at all used to speaking in English, or if your situation is that you don't have an environment where you are able to speak in English, then try this way. I am sorry. I'm sorry. I didn't mean it. My sincere apologies. My sincere apologies will be mostly in written, but okay, बोल भी सकते हैं. I promise not to repeat this. I didn't mean to hurt you. I promise not to repeat this means सचमुच एक गलती हो गई. There's a mistake, and then of course mistake is a mistake. So, but then I can always assure someone that I promise not to repeat this. I didn't mean to hurt you. This is very, very common. We say so many things, but कभी-कभी लोगों के दिल में लग जाता है. तो दौड़ के जाके तुरंत सॉरी जरूर बोल दीजिए, अपोलोजाइज जरूर कर दीजिए. दिस रियली सेव्स hell lot of problems. So I didn't mean to hurt you. I didn't mean to hurt you. So you try saying this, maybe things will work. So my tips are coming and they are here. One more. Congratulations. So, hey, congrats. I mean, it's fine. It's good to be trendy and happening and say you guys and we guys, hey folks. But that's not good English. That could be English, but that's not good English. And being trendy gives you a feeling that I am one of you. I mean, gives your friends a feeling that you are one of them. But anyway, no one is going to tell you that your English is good. So those casual words, slangs, better be avoided. So instead of saying, next time you have to say congratulations or congrats, try say, hey, I'm so happy for you. You did it. Or you may say, you made it. I'm so happy. So these are few tips that I can tell you that's going to work. Reading and writing. Reading and writing are the one is receptive skill, another one is delivery skills. So if you really want me to speak on reading and writing, type RY or type RY. You want me to speak on reading and writing. And if you think that बोल लिया तो काफी है यार, reading and writing की क्या जरूरत है, then you may not write anything. Let me see if we have many people who really want me to give some idea on reading and writing. So RY, Mintu sir, do we have some RY or something? No, it seems no one is interested. कुछ बोलिए भी सब लोग. Yeah, why to आया है. Abhinav Bera says why means he wants something on reading and writing. RY, yes. RY लिखते ही बंगला में कुछ आ गया. हम उसको री तो नहीं पढ़ेंगे, RY ही पढ़ सकते हैं. Not a problem. Okay. Reading and writing. This workshop was meant for speaking better English. But if you really want to speak better English, your English has to be good. All these while, what I spoke till now is just to start speaking in English. Because who on earth will tell you that you just insert one sentence in your native language and then start speaking in English? This is just the beginning, because you said you don't have an environment where you can speak English. And then to create an environment, this is something that you can do. You insert small sentences, correct ones, and then start speaking in English. But if you're already speaking in English and you want to better your English, that is not going to work. Because आप वहीं तक रह जाएंगे, जिंदगी भर I apologize बोलेंगे, जिंदगी भर I am touched बोलते रहेंगे. वहीं तक रुक जाना है क्या? आगे बढ़ना है. अंग्रेजी को और बेटर खूबसूरत बनाना है. तो रीडिंग, पढ़ना तो है दोस्तों. You'll have to read. Read good books. Try to get the reviews. These days, I mean, I can tell you a few books that you must read. I haven't, okay. There's nothing like... Can you read this? RK, no, I think screen should be bigger, yes. Yeah. आर के नारायण ए टाइगर फॉर मालगुडी, कुछ भी, मालगुडी डेज पुराना है, कोई बात नहीं। आपको अंग्रेजी सुधारनी है ना, पढ़िए इसको, स्टोरी है, अच्छा लगेगा, आई मीन यूल फील गुड। Same thing, Malgudi Days by R.K. Narayan. Now I'm going to pick up a book. If for last 1 hour I could build up some trust that मैं जो बोल रही हूँ कुछ और मेरा मकसद नहीं है, I don't mean anything else, but actually I'm trying to tell you what should be said, then I'm going to show you a book. You should read this book. This is going to improve many things of yours. But I want you to improve your English, and that's why you must read this book. I repeat, for improving your English. Google में type कर लीजिएगा improving English, and then look at this book. Complete works of Swami Vivekananda. पता नहीं आपके और बहुत कुछ improve हो जाएंगे. But for now, I'm talking about only improving English. And then ये कहानियां बहुत है जो इसको पढ़ के अपनी अंग्रेजी बहुत बहुत ज्यादा बेहतर की है लोगों ने। I can tell you one thing. This is my personal story. I just felt like telling that just at this moment. I did not decide that I will tell this. I met somebody who hails from New York, and he is an ardent lover of Swami Vivekananda. I asked him, "You're from New York. You were young, and then New York City is full of enjoyment. Why did you choose Swami Vivekananda in the beginning? Because you mustn't have read him. You mustn't have understood his philosophy in the beginning. Why did you pick him up?" And I was surprised. I was taken aback by his answer. He said, "Because of his English. I read some and I felt that his English is so fresh." So he was about to say more. वहीं पे मेरे चेहरे पर थोड़ा सा शिकन आ गया। देख के उन्होंने समझ लिया। देख के ही वे समझ गए कि मुझे विश्वास नहीं हुआ। फिर मेरी तरफ टेढ़ा करके देख के बोले, "You read literature of his time and you read his literature, then you'll find the difference. You'll feel he's talking to us right now." मत पढ़िए, अंग्रेजी सुधारनी है तो पढ़ लीजिए. Don't read. If you want to improve, then you read. Okay, so like that, there are few books that you can read to improve your English, but keep reading. Now, I'm sure in your comment box, some of you will tell me that, what if I read newspaper? Yes, newspaper. बचपन से सुनते आ रहे हैं, अखबार पढ़िए, भाषा सुधर जाएगी. Read newspaper to improve your language, pick up some thing. Yes, good. You must read newspaper. Audiobooks. Sakyan, I'll come to it. No, I'm sorry. So, newspaper will contain one kind of issues and related news. And perhaps you will not be able to use them in your day-to-day life. May or may not be able to use it. So see if you are able to get some time to read newspaper, at least read newspaper. But I will still suggest read fiction, read storybooks, and then like that. Likewise. I'm sorry. Audiobook. Audiobook will be read by someone else or by the machine. And when you are listening to the audiobook, you have two problems and one solution. I'll come to the solution first. If you listen to audiobook, good. Your listening skill will improve. Definitely your listening skill will improve, and it is one of the important skills of language. But overall, if you are picking up a book and reading it yourself, it has got many benefits. You are looking at the word, so your eyes are working and your brain is working together, and you get to see not only the word, but you also get to see the spelling of the word. So that goes into I mean, how do I say, more vividly. Okay. Audiobook, if you are listening to an audiobook and you have opened the same book in front of you and you let the audiobook read it to you at the same time you're also reading it, it's wonderful, nothing like it. You're listening to the correct pronunciation and you are also reading it from here. So this is going to work. But if you're simply listening to the audiobook, then I don't know if you're able to keep your patience till the audiobooks gets over. You might be picking up audiobooks that is 15 minutes, 10 minutes, 5 minutes. And well, if you want to make things easier, at least listen to audiobooks. If you're not reading, if you're not reading storybooks, if you're not able to read at all, at least listen to audiobooks. That will do. But I'm sure I have given you what I wanted to say. Audiobooks can help you to some extent. Reading books will help you to a great extent. Okay, so that is there. Any other questions regarding reading and all? Okay, so yeah, continuous reading is very, very important. And yes, I read quotations, I read posters, I read captions. That's not going to work. When we are talking about reading skills, we actually don't mean reading word. We mean reading an entire content on a particular topic and then understanding it. Reading skills will improve only when you have read and understood. We would call it reading comprehension in our childhood. But yes, now whether reading itself means that you have to comprehend, you have to understand what you read. So how much it is effective? We do continuous diary writing. Is it good or not? Yes, diary writing is good. But as I told you, it must improve. Keep reading alongside. Okay. How much is it effective? Percentage to nahi pata yaar. How much, Abhinav, I'm sorry. This I don't know. But how much? How much you'll have to decide. After 3-4 months, you can see for yourself. एक तो जिंदगी है, थोड़ा सा पढ़ लेंगे, क्या हो जाएगा? थोड़ा पढ़ लेना. कैंडी क्रश या पबजी तो खेलते रहते हैं हम लोग, तो पढ़ लेंगे थोड़ा सा, है ना? तो yes. Any other questions? Writing of diary. I really like that. I wanted to mention this, but then I missed it somewhere. So writing a diary is really good because what will you write otherwise? All the time you're not writing letters. All the time you're not writing something else. Maybe somebody has asked you to draft a content for a pamphlet or something like that. You're not a content builder of any website all the time. So you still need to practice writing. So what will you write? Yes, you'll write diary. Yes, definitely good. Make sure, Abhinav, diary लिख रहे हो तो 1 महीने बाद उसके स्टाइल में थोड़ा सा चेंज आए, नए words हो, new improvement हो, and then you start writing something different. As you write your diary, you'll understand in what how inclined, in which side you are inclined. किस तरफ आपका रुझान है. Means you feel like writing more on politics, you feel like writing more on fiction, you feel like writing more on content of something that you can understand from the diary writing, and then you will be able to improve. Okay, you make sure that there is an improvement. Otherwise, continuously हम एक ही चीज बार-बार करते जाएंगे तो वो चीज प्रैक्टिस तो होगी, पर कहीं पे थोड़ा सा improve भी करना है. All right? Okay. So if you have more questions, please ask questions. Meanwhile, I am focusing this to the presentation and मैं थोड़ा सा पानी पी लूंगी, तब तक आप लोग क्वेश्चन पूछते रहिए. PUBG ban in India. Okay. How to memorize new words? Memorize. Well, thank you, Mr. Isar Mahesh. It reminds me of a very interesting incident. Mm, it reminds me of a very interesting incident. There is a lady from Kolkata, and she is a very renowned. She's very renowned for reciting poems. So she does it in Bangla, she does it in English, and she does it wonderfully well. So once she was interviewed, and she was asked that, "How do you memorize such long poems?" Okay, and then recite them. She said, she just stared at the interviewer, and then she said, "No, I don't memorize them. I remember them." Just imagine. It touched me so much. I don't forget those two words. So please don't memorize anything. Simply remember. अब आप पूछेंगे अब अंतर क्या है? वही तो याद करने को बोल रहे हो आप? याद करने को, याद रखने को बोल रही हूँ, याद करने को नहीं. So this is like this, that suppose you see a movie and you come back and you tell your friends about the story of the movie. Do you have to see it twice? You don't have to. But you still remember. You still remember. And I'm sure you're going to remember the sequence in which we spoke today, because you were with me for last 1.5 hours. Okay. So this is something very important. Please do not memorize. Just try to remember, try to think, try a new usage of that word and use it in your own sentences once or twice. Do it within that day. And then you will not forget. And you don't have to memorize. Don't pick up a copy and memorize them. Another way is, just if you have got a new word, you keep a notebook. Traditional notebook will do. You have a lot of note taking apps in your phone, that also you can use it, depends on you. So note them down, note their usage, but most importantly, turn the pages and look at them again and again. So if you look at them at least later 5 times, you would definitely remember the words, and you will be able to use them also as and when it is required. Okay, wonderful question. Okay, so I had something else. I'm going back to the presentation, and is the presentation visible? Yeah, it is. It is visible. बड़ा कर देते हैं. Okay. So another question is, if you don't have anybody around you, and still you have to practice English, what will you do? Listen, read, write, record, and repeat. I am telling you this thinking that you don't have anybody as such to speak. So what will you do? Listen to an audiobook, pick up the book, read that, then record it, and then repeat. Now, बीच में write आ गया. If it is not an audiobook, something naya, you write, you read, you record, and listen to it and repeat. थोड़ा उल्टा पुल्टा हो रहा है, but I tell you what I mean. Pick up something that someone whose English is very good or the machine has read. Listen to it. Okay. After listening to it, pick up the original text and read that. Okay. Then read it aloud. Okay. repeat this process. As far as writing is concerned, write something down. Record it, means whatever you have written, try to say that, record it, and listen to it. Then repeat. This is something that is really going to help you when you don't have anybody to speak to. Okay. Now the condition is this. Now, if you have people around you with whom you can speak, then you'll have to do something else. This tips I've already given. Again, I will say, speak correct, speak less, listen more. If you have environment, then you do this. And then if you don't have any ways by where you can create your own environment, and you don't have anything that you that can help you to speak in English, then I think you have to go somewhere where you are able to speak in English. Okay, so my tips are almost over. I will give you some takeaway. 3 तो मैंने इधर, 4 तो मैंने इधर लिख दिए हैं, and there are 2 more that I'm going to tell you. कोई नहीं है ना बात करने को, talk to children. छोटे बच्चे स्कूल जा रहे हो. Hello. What's your name? What is your name? What's your name? अब आजकल बच्चे अंग्रेजी मीडियम स्कूल में जाते हैं. So they are really, their parents take pride that their children are speaking in English. So they will definitely answer you. So try telling them, what's your name? You know, this way you start getting confidence, because you cannot speak to elders. If you speak to elders, you are thinking that they will laugh at you. If you are thinking like that, then start by talking to children. Another one, compliment people. तारीफ कीजिए लोगों की. कैसे कैसे तारीफ करेंगे उसका एक लिस्ट बना लीजिए. किसी की खूबसूरती की तारीफ कीजिए, किसी के बर्ताव की तारीफ कीजिए. ऐसे सब. जब किसी का बर्ताव अच्छा हो, बोलिए you are immensely good, and then you look gorgeous, you look beautiful, you look awesome, you look handsome. Anyway, compliment people. If you compliment people, you gain 2 things. 1, practice of English. 2, you get friends. And people love when you compliment them. And another one, when you get somebody with a pet, पालतू जानवर अगर हो, doggy ho या kitty ho, always praise the dog or praise the cat. If you have people who have children, always praise their children. And this way, talk to people, you'll gain confidence. Ask questions. Ask questions. Because when you ask questions, they're going to reply, and then they will talk more, you will talk less. Wahi purana funda. Speak correct, speak less, listen more. तो सवाल पूछिए उनसे जिनकी अंग्रेजी बहुत अच्छी है. They will love to tell you, they will love to speak. अभी मुझे भी अच्छा लग रहा है, आप लोग सवाल पूछ रहे हो, मैं बताते जा रही हूँ. So, ask questions, they will give you answers that will be in very good English. So, that way. Last but not the least, in this list, talk to the customer care in English. कुछ भी प्रॉब्लम होता है, हम लोग एक नंबर दबा के, हेलो माय फ्रिज इज नॉट वर्किंग, हेलो माय कंप्यूटर हैज दिस प्रॉब्लम, हेलो इंटरनेट कनेक्शन में क्या हुआ जी. 1 for Hindi, 2 for English, 3 for Telugu. You think like that. So always press 2 for English. Then talk to him in English. Practice. So this is another tip. And of course, all these tips that I told you, that read more, listen to podcast, in your own native language, insert few words of English, then few sentences of English, then few paragraphs of English, and that way start speaking in English. Then read good books and improve your English. Write your diary, which is, of course, this tip has come from one of our members here in the workshop. But all these will work only if you are able to do it. If you are able to do it. एक सवाल जो आप लोगों ने नहीं पूछा, but I dare answer that question. So that answer is, should you take up a course or not? I think all of you are thinking that should we ask this question? अरे पूछेंगे तो हाँ ही बोलेंगे यार. Go and take up a course. It depends on you. Well, if you know that you are able to take all these tips, if you are able to create an environment as the question was, and as I have answered, that create an environment where you are able to speak in English, practice more, and use all the tips that you have got today and all the tips that 100 of other YouTube channels give you. If you are able to use it, then you can do it. You have to be a very strict taskmaster of your own, and you can do it. There are many things that we have learned on our own, and there are many things that we have learned by taking up a course. But what if we have to learn on our own, then that environment should be there, that determination should be there, and that regular practice should be there. I told you at the end of the workshop, I just don't want to give you any magic wand that's going to change things. Just like that. But I'm going to give you something that you will feel that you can do it. So, aapko sochna hai whether you are able to create this environment that where you will be able to speak in English and also use all the methods and tips that that will improve your English. So that is how it is. Otherwise, a course provides that. Mintu sir will speak about that. So for now, I want to end this, and then I just want to end it with something here. One poem from Swami Vivekananda. I wish to read that and then stop it and hand it over to Mr. Mintu. This is a passage from the Song of the Sannyasin by Swami Vivekananda. I want this to happen in your life, so I'm reading this. Let darkness go, the will-o'-the-wisp that leads with blinking light to pile more gloom on gloom. This thirst for life forever quench, it drags from birth to death and death to birth the soul. He conquers, all who conquers self know this and never yield. Who sows must reap, they say, and cause must bring the sure effect. Good, good, bad, bad, and none escape the law. But whoso wears a form must wear the chain. Too true. But far beyond both name and form is Atman ever free. Know thou art that. Thank you. Namaskar. Sasri Akal. Khulai Shibun.
Thank you so much, ma'am. And we have one more question here. The question is, while talking to anyone, how to recollect suitable words? More of the times I fail to recollect. Okay, this is the question that is here. We will see. Okay. Most of the times I fail to recollect. That's the reason I talk to anyone in English.
The answer to this question, this is a very, very common question. I don't get words. So ध्यान से सुनिए. There is a solution. Whether it is a foolproof solution or not, that you'll have to decide. आपकी जिंदगी है, आपको करना है. So, Mr. Mahesh, let's see, look at this. Before speaking, just don't say that, मुझे बोलना है, I'll have to speak. And look at your bag. आपके पास enough words है, वो जो आप express करना चाहते हैं? नहीं है ना? तो थोड़ा time लीजिए. In case you are able to have a situation where you can just frame what you're going to say, if not write what you're going to say, frame it with proper words and all. If you have time. Now you will definitely scold me for that. That, come on, we are talking to each other and suddenly you are telling me to write it down and to prepare and all that. Where is the time to prepare? Yes, you don't have time to prepare. When you don't have the time to prepare, do not attempt. Speak less, speak correct. Ask the question. Often your boss is scolding you left and right in English, and then you want to explain that today I got late because the vehicles are so and so or something of that sort. You take time, say less and mean more. Maybe you can try out saying, I apologize, but it was not intentional. I didn't mean it. Chota sentence. Try that way. And if you have time to prepare, and if you have gathered all the words that you wanted to say, then say it. Then say that. That actually it so happened this morning that I got up a little late, but I thought I'll be able to make it. But somehow it so happened that my friend turned up and this and that and blah, blah, blah. हो सकता है, अगर possible है तो बोलिए. Possible नहीं है, कम बोलिए, छोटा बोलिए, पूछिए ज़्यादा. Speak less, speak correct, ask more. And more often than not, within quotes, by asking question only, by simply asking questions, you will be able to solve that situation. So, number one, if you have enough words, speak. Number two, if you have time to prepare it and then speak. If you don't have either of this, speak less, speak correct, and ask questions. I think this is the only way out. There's no easy solution, 1 minute mein iska solution nikal jayega. This is what I can say. I tried it like this. So this is way. As Mr. Mintu told you, my English was absolutely bad, if I can say. So I tried it this way.
Ma'am, it's wonderful. And that also answers Manmeet Kaur's question as well. Okay, we have another question here. How to improve our spelling mistakes? I think spelling learn. So you can write. I think that's the solution. Writing would be the best idea if people are not.
Yes. Yes, you grasp the words, but when I try to speak them, I'm not able to recall them. Yes, I told you, you write them down, see their usage from net or from somewhere, and repeat in your own कोने में जाके ना बार बोलती रहिए मन में. So, and then it will get into you. अगली बार आपको याद आ जाएगा. नहीं तो फिर only once you have heard a word, even if you loved it, wow, क्या शब्द है, फिर भी you will not be able to recall it when the right time comes. So you'll have to वो एकदम बसा लेना है अपने अंदर में. उसका एक ही तरीका है, उस वर्ड का यूजेज देख लीजिए, 1-2 सेंटेंस खुद बनाइए और उसको रिपीट कीजिए उसी दिन.
Okay, we have another question from Yeah, ma'am, the problem with me is that my verbal English is short of content, so due to which I start stammering. I'm comfortable in writing lengthy passages in English. Could you provide a solution?
Wonderful, Arshdeep. Wonderful. Write it down. Verbal communication में don't be over enthusiastic. अरे मैं लिखता तो अच्छा हूँ, बोलूंगा भी अच्छा, जल्दी से बोल देता हूँ. Arshdeep, take it easy. आप ना ये उठाइए, आपको लिखना आता है ना, फटाफट लिख डालिए इधर, टपाटप लिख के एक बार पढ़ लीजिए, देख लीजिए. It sounds very stupid, but it works because Arshadip, you write well. Because you write well, you write it, and then there will be some apps or something which will correct your spelling and grammar, etc. So you write, you see, then you speak. ये बहुत मजेदार चीज है, कभी कभी बड़ा काम करता है. You write and then you speak. Simple.
Okay, thank you so much, ma'am, for all the knowledge and the tips you have provided. I'm quite sure the tips you have provided, all of us will implement them in our life, and also will be benefited in speaking good English. And so we have one good news for you people. So everyone who are joining us here in this workshop will be awarded with a certificate. So you will get the certificate once you fill up the feedback form, which will be given, the link of which will be given to the group. And once you fill it up and submit that, you will be getting the certificate. There is another good news for shall I tell them right away? Okay, so I should directly go ahead. So there's another good news for everyone who are watching us now. So the good news is we are going to have a 10 days workshop. Many of you were speaking about pronunciation. Of course, pronunciation is something that cannot be learned in a single day because it has got a lot of things, a lot of intricate things need to be discussed. So this pronunciation things will be catered in a 10-day long workshop, and all these sessions are going to be live, so you can ask your questions, have an interactive session with the expert in the field. And another thing that we have is a course, an 8-week long course on communication skills. There you will have a full access to all the recorded videos, and also you will also have a live session, one live session per week in that 8-week session. So all these both the courses are going to start from 22nd of February. And the good news for you people is that those who are watching now, or those who have attended this workshop, the fee for that is going to be reduced by 50%, and you will only have to pay 50% for that. So the details of that are going to be sent on your WhatsApp group now. And thank you so much, everyone. Thank you so much, ma'am, for all your valuable knowledge and the tips that you have provided. And I thank you, everyone, for joining us in this workshop. Thank you. So this was from our side, and we'll meet you next time. Thank you.